Welcome back. John Van Limbeek joining us on the show from Abbott Wealth Management. Happy Wednesday to you.
Same to you. Same
yes, to you. Thank you. We're talking about tax time. Some changes, of course, have come along. Change in government means a change in some of the rules.
Yeah, and some of it we've known about I talked about before last year. So I made a couple slides just to kind of show people on that too. And again, you got to talk to your tax accountant on these, but at least it gives you some things, because some people do it. They don't have complicated taxes, but they do need they need to be aware of some of this stuff.
And you might be saving yourself some money if you know about some of these things.
Yeah. So the first one there is just a small one, children's fitness and arts credit. We knew it was being reduced for 16. It's gone away in 17, so 16 is your last year to do it.
Okay.
So if you for a fitness credit up to $500, you can claim, and arts you can up to $250, which are basically half the 2015 rates.
Is that right?
Yeah, so that's gone down.
So this is your last year for even doing half. Next year it's nothing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, or this year, I guess.
This year, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. The family tax cut, that was where working parents with children under 18 could maybe income split with their spouse up to $2,000. That has gone away already, so just put it in there just to be aware of. But the income splitting for seniors, which was a confusion one at the election time, is still there.
Okay.
So the income splitting for seniors, it hasn't changed at all.
That hasn't been touched. Okay.
So it's good to know that.
All right, next slide.
This is a bigger one that some people, or most people, don't realize. So your principal resident reporting, you actually have to report on two forms now, a Schedule 3 and a 2091. And the 2091, you have to designate your property as a principal residence. So most people just say, well, I know I don't have to pay any tax, so I just sell my house and move in a new one, don't have to worry about it. But actually you do now.
Okay.
And there was you should have done this before anyway to some degree, but now the government is actually looking at those numbers. You have to fill them in, and if you don't report it on that 2091, then there's a penalty of $100 a month up to $8,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's not cheap, but if you do the forms, again, if you, like you say, you don't have to necessarily bring it to an accountant to do the forms, you have to do them yourself. But if you do them, then everything's okay, and it's still tax-free, the principal residence.
Okay.
But the CRA is looking at the numbers, making sure there's no overlap in claiming years and stuff like that too. So that's probably the biggest one that came up last fall in the budget.
And so that's effective for going forward from now, or from
2016.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you sold your house last year, you need to fill those two forms out when you do your taxes before the end of this month.
Okay,
absolutely.
Good to know, good to know. All right.
And the last one there is a little, some people know about it, but it really helps if you get the disability tax credit. And at any age, and if you're over 65, the federal government announced where you can actually claim some home improvements if it's used for accessibility or mobility inside your home. Up to $10,000 at a 15% tax rate. So say it's $1,500 per $10,000. Okay. But you should at least be aware of it, whether you need like you said, any home improvements, handles in the bathroom, maybe, for ease into the tub, anything like that you do, even the kitchen and stuff like that to make it easier for you. So a couple interesting ones that people should be aware of. But again, like I said, if they either go online, look at it, or talk to your accountant, because they'll know more about what is needed for sure.
Okay.
So, you got 2 weeks left, so there you go.
Exactly. John, thank you. Some good tips to know about. You got to be aware of the opportunities in order to save a few dollars, or make sure you don't get dinged for something. That's
sometimes a bigger one.
You could be very much so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. John, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right. If you have any questions for Abbott Wealth, information on the screen, abbottwealth.com. The email there, 372-3736. We are back after a quick break. Stay with us.